Someone needs to hear this. You have the Queen of Wands. You have the Six of Swords. You have the Sun. You have the Three of Pentacles. See that you got the King of Cups and the Page of Cups. Bottom row, we've got the Hangman for you. We've got the Star. We've got the Magician. And we've got the Five of Cups. They were drawn to you instantly. Your warmth and your confidence, your presence. It is somehow it lit something inside them, and you felt magnetic to them. It was almost impossible to ignore. But that intensity also made them feel vulnerable. With the Six of Swords, they pulled away quietly, gently, almost reluctantly. This is someone who didn't want to leave, but didn't know how to stay. They felt overwhelmed, unsure, and also emotionally tired. They slipped into distance because they didn't know how to navigate the closeness. You see, the Sun, you made them feel alive. You made them feel seen and warm and safe. You illuminated parts of them they usually kept hidden. And that level of emotional exposure scared them more than they expected. With the Three of Pentacles, they wanted to build something with you, but they questioned whether they were ready, whether they could show up on a consistent basis, whether they had the emotional stability to match what you brought. The King of Cups, the feelings, they run very deep here. They're very steady and sincere. They cared more than they ever expressed. They held their emotions quietly, but they were real. And then with this Page of Cups, this is emotional shyness. They didn't know how to express what they felt. They were afraid of saying too much, too soon, or perhaps in the wrong way. And then we have the Hangman. They froze. They paused. They didn't know how to move forward, but they didn't want to let go either. This is an emotional limbo. It's like wanting you, but not knowing how to reach for you. And then there's a Star here. We see that they still feel this connection towards you, like they have some sort of sense of hope. It's a hope here. It's a soft thread of longing, a belief that something between you is unfinished. So the Magician shows us that they want to reach out. They want to say something honest, something vulnerable, something real. But they're trying to find the right words, the right moment, the right courage. But with the Five of Cups underneath everything, there's regret. There's a missing you. There's sense of missing you and wishing they had handled things differently. It's like feeling the loss more deeply than they show. See, the emotional truth becomes more clear to me when I look at this combination of cards. There's something tender, there's something quiet, and something deeply human. This is someone who felt drawn to you from the beginning. It's not just physically, but emotionally. It's also spiritually, it's energetically, because you awaken something in them, something warm, something hopeful, something they didn't expect. But the moment they felt the spark, the fear came in. Just wanting to move. They saw you as someone bright, confident, magnetic, and someone who knows who they are, and they didn't feel like they could match that. They didn't feel ready. They didn't feel ready to be seen so clearly and so deeply. Yes, you made them feel alive, but you also made them feel very vulnerable. This card right here, it shows the truth. They didn't run. It's more like a drifted. They drifted, and it's quietly. It's done with sadness and with a heart that didn't want to leave, but they didn't know how to stay either. And this shows us the paralysis, this hangman. It's the moment where their heart said, go closer. But their fear said, step back. And they listened to the fear. We see the star shows the thread that never broke. They still see that, they still feel that connection. They feel connected to you, and they still think about you quite a lot. There's still that hope. And the magicians, we see with the magician, there's a desire to reach out, to manifest, to say something real, something honest, something that bridges the distance. But Five of Cups, there's that fear that it might be too late, that they already ruined it, that you might have moved on. This is someone who pulled away because the connection mattered too much. It's not too little. It's too much. I'm feeling like this feels like someone who drifted away with this heavy heart. Yeah, it's someone who didn't want to lose you, but they didn't know how to hold what they felt. And it's someone who stepped back because the emotions were bigger than their courage at that time. They didn't walk away from you. They walked away from their own fear. This person pulled away because the connection felt real and deep and very emotionally exposing. They were overwhelmed by their own insecurities. And they didn't feel ready. They didn't feel ready to show up in the way that they wanted to. They cared more than they admitted, and that scared them. So they drifted. It's not because they didn't care, but it's because they cared too much. And they sit with that regret, longing. There's a lot of longing and hope that the connection is still alive for them, and the door in their heart has never fully closed. If this found you, trust what resonates and leave the rest.